Good morning, my name is Victoria and I live in Oslo. Here's what a typical day working from home looks like for me, though today is extra special because it's my birthday, so it's bound to be an even better day. I start by getting ready and styling my hair since I have a small celebration planned later. It might look like a slow process, but this actually goes incredibly fast. My hair is dried and styled in about 5 minutes. Still, I don't really have the patience to style my hair every day, even though I wish I did, because it feels nice to look a bit put together. It's time to make my morning matcha, and today I'm going for a double. That means I'm simply doubling everything, 2 teaspoons of matcha instead of 1, along with extra artificial sweetener, sugar-free vanilla syrup, and oat milk. I usually finish my matcha latte in no time, so sometimes it's nice to have a bit extra so I can refill my glass. This is also one of the reasons I love working from home. I can take the time to make my matcha. If I had to go to the office, I wouldn't have taken the time to prepare it, so that would mean less matcha for me. On the other hand, my wallet might thank me for it. Even though it's much cheaper to make a matcha latte at home than to buy one at a cafe, it's still an expense. I can easily go through a tin of matcha powder in a month, along with a bottle of vanilla syrup, not to mention all the oat milk, which isn't exactly cheap in Norway either. But I'm not someone who believes in cutting costs everywhere, only in areas that truly matter to me. But matcha is a luxury that enriches my life, and it's a priority I'm happy to make. So I'm working from home today, and later I'm going out with friends to celebrate my birthday. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I've seen some of them. So now I'm 32. I feel like it's not as scary as turning 30 because now I'm in my 30s and it's going good, and yeah, it wasn't really that scary to turn 30 either. And I guess everyone's got their own picture of what life looks like or should look like when you turn 30. And a lot of people can get really stressed when 30 is approaching because life doesn't look like what they thought it would look like. But overall, I'm pretty happy with my life and how things have turned out. So I'm pretty okay with turning 32. I feel like I should say something wise or maybe share some life lessons I've learned. One thing I've learned over the years, and even in the most recent years, is that comparison really is the thief of joy. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always compared myself to other people, to their lives, and felt a bit bad about myself. And it's very normal and very common for people to compare themselves to others, but oftentimes it's a sure way to feel bad about yourself. So I try not to do that anymore, even though it's a bit hard at times. I'm not perfect. And one thing I focus on to stop myself from comparing myself to others is practicing gratitude. Appreciate all the things that are good in my life, all the things I have. I do live a pretty privileged life, I would say, and I guess I have a lot of things that people envy or wish that they had. So it's important to just appreciate what I have. And if I catch myself having thoughts like, oh, I wish I had her life, and I try to think about what that would mean for me if I had her life, I wouldn't have my family and my partner, my friends, and I don't want to trade them for anything. So that means I do have a pretty good life, or the perfect life for me, if that makes sense. And this is very cliche, but you know, everyone's got their own journey, and not everyone gets to the same place at the same time, and that's okay. I just try to think like that, and very often it helps. So yeah, that's something I've learned, I guess. About 20 minutes before lunch, I take a couple of slices of bread out of the freezer to thaw, so they're ready when I'm hungry. I'm usually not hungry in the morning, but sometimes waiting until lunch feels too long. Since I work from home today, I can set my own schedule. There's no need to stick to a specific lunch hour, but usually it's around 10:30 or 11. At the office, we always eat at 11 sharp, so I guess I'm kind of used to that. My current favorite is something we call polarbrød, a soft flatbread topped with liver pate and cucumber slices. An important aspect of living in Norway during the winter is making sure to get outside while it's still daylight. In December and January, the days with daylight feel incredibly short, and they really are. You have to take advantage of it while you can. On days like these, it's often dark when you start work and dark again when you finish, which can make the days feel really heavy at times. That's why I make sure to go out for a bit during my lunch break to wake up, get some movement in, and it really improves the day. So work is finished and I just picked up this from our mailbox. So let's open it. So this is a phone holder. I saw it on TikTok. Where else? This girl was using it as a tripod for her phone, filming content for TikTok. And yeah, I just thought it looked so clever. I'm always so intrigued by things that can make filming content even easier. As you may already know, I love content creation, so having the right equipment for that is very important to me. And I'm just so curious to see if this will make it even easier to film with my phone, because most of the time I use my little camera here, which is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. But I also do like to use my phone because it's very easy, or sometimes it's the easiest option because you always got your phone, right? So yeah, let's see what it looks like. Hopefully this girl on TikTok didn't trick me. So it looks like this. It comes with a charger. I think this part is magnetic for your phone or the back of your phone. Not completely sure how it works. Hopefully it just does. And this part here creates a vacuum so you can attach it to different surfaces, and it's supposed to hold up to 5 kilos. Honestly, this thing sounds a bit too amazing to be true, so I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Let's try it out. So I got my phone here, but I just needed to take it out of its case, which is maybe a bit annoying because it doesn't make it really that much easier to film content on the go if I have to remove the case first, because my pop socket is in the way. And I don't know if the magnetic is strong enough on its own, like through the case, but yeah, that's something I have to figure out later if I'm going to be using this thing. So anyway, I remove the case and then it's just magnetic. And then you just have to find a surface to put this on. Or maybe it's easier to do that part first and then just connect the phone. And then my phone. Aha! So it kind of works, but I don't know if I can trust it. The vacuum function is a bit overactive, so I thought I could still use it like this, just like a very easy to set up tripod. But as you can hear, the vacuum function thingy, it just continues. But I guess sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, so I don't know. I had such high hopes for this little guy. Okay, I've got an update on this thing, some good news. I read through the comment section on the TikTok video where I first discovered this. Some other people were also having the same problem where it just did this all the time. And apparently the very simple solution is to charge it. Who would have thought? Because when I tried it, I just tried it straight out of the box and it worked, but it wasn't fully charged. So now I've charged it and it actually really works. So I'm so happy now because it's exactly what I wanted and it works. It feels much more secure and stable now. I also found out that it extends like so that's very useful. So I've tried it out now on different surfaces and in different positions, and it seems very stable, and I see a lot of potential with a tripod like this, like new cool angles and perspectives and such. I need to test it out some more before I know if I can recommend it or not, but so far it seems pretty good, and like I said, it's what I wanted, so I'm so happy now. So this is the dress I'm wearing for my birthday dinner tonight, and I'm also getting quite hungry now, so I'm very excited for the actual food. It's a place I've been a couple of times before. Some people will call the restaurant tacky or maybe just for kids or something, but I really like it. Yeah, I always eat very good food when I'm there, but I will show you when we get there. Another thing about winter in Norway is that it's not very tempting to go outside in the evenings when it's cold. Right now it's around -5 degrees Celsius, so it's not the coldest we can have in Oslo, but it's still not particularly inviting to go out. Especially if you're someone who enjoys staying home and are an introvert like me. I kind of have to make an extra effort not to just rot inside during the winter. The hardest part is always getting out, but once I do, I'm always glad I did something other than just sit at home watching TV. Spending time with my friends really means a lot to me. Okay, so we've just arrived at the restaurant Pincho Nation. It's a restaurant chain found in several countries, and we have 6 of them here in Norway with 2 in Oslo. Right now we're at the one by Jernbanetorget. They have a really fun circus theme, a very casual and comfortable atmosphere, and all the dishes are quite small, so you typically order about 4 to 6 items per person. They also have a lot of great drinks, some fun drinks, some with candy on top, and everything is ordered through their app, so you can always order more if you need it. I also really like that you get bonus points in the app when you're there, which can be redeemed for free dishes, so the bill always ends up being quite reasonable. Today I ordered 5 dishes, 1 soda, 1 drink and 1 dessert, and I got a free birthday dessert, and with the discounts the total was 286 Norwegian kroner, which I think is pretty good for eating out in Norway. And now this sounds like an ad, but it's really not. I'm just a satisfied customer. I'm back home and I had such a good time with my friends tonight. It was so nice. Now it's quite late and I'm a bit tired, so I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!